Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and how about those Cowboys? Now, before I get into the whole game and everything, I had a friend who gave me some information, but I wasn't sure, 100% sure about it, and I kind of hinted about it in a video before the game about thinking that Dez Bryant would have a very emotional game on because I was told that his father, who he's estranged from, had been in the hospital and was on life support and passed away last night. So I didn't have any confirmation of that, and I didn't want to come out there and say Dez Bryant's father's dead. It starts off the whole media thing, and then we find out that it's not true, but it is actually true. So hats off to Dez Bryant for playing the way he did with his father gone. My heart and prayers are out to you and your family and all that. I hate seeing anybody passing away. But how about those Cowboys and Dak Prescott? I mean, that was one of the most exciting games that I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of great ones because I've seen Hail Mary. I've seen the Immaculate Reception. I've seen the Ghost to the Post. And that game right there, that needs to be a new legend for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's not just Dak and Zeke. It's that whole team that's come together that never gives up. And I think I deserve a drink. Oh, damn. Glass a little dirty here. Let me clean that a little bit. Those Dallas Cowboys, they're 8-1. And the last time the Dallas Cowboys were 8-1 was 1977, and they went to the Super Bowl then. But I got to tell you, something that kind of bothers me. I mean, it really does bother me. It's like everybody is just waiting for Dak Prescott to fail and to jump on him. And it doesn't even take a whole game. It doesn't take a loss. Some of the tweets I was reading and seeing and comments on these videos about how he was playing, you know what? Everybody has a bad game. Even Tom Brady. Everybody has a bad game. But the Steelers, they were coming with some pressure. They were actually stopping the run. And if it wasn't for that fourth quarter, Ezekiel wouldn't got anywhere near 100 yards rushing. Okay, so they were bringing a lot of pressure and things on him, and they made adjustments. But what you have to understand is how calm, cool he played. He's got ice water in his veins. And to be 8-1, let me say again, 8-1, leading the NFC right now, big time, or as Donald Trump would say, bigly. You don't mess with this. I know they're going to say tomorrow that, oh, well, Pittsburgh has had a 3-game losing streak and they're not that good, like they say about everybody. But you know what? Dak just keeps checking up off the list. When you can get your team in the end zone to win the game with 43 seconds left on the clock, and mind you, that's not the only drive that he's made like that before. Because at the end of the half against, I believe it was Green Bay, 53 seconds, boom, drove him down there and got that. For all those ones out there were saying that he's just a dink and dunk quarterback, did you see that ball fly 50 yards in the air to Dez Bryant for that touchdown? Yeah. You've got a real deal quarterback here. No disputes about that. And you have a team to be reckoned with. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't lose at home. Flat out. Cowboys beat them. Green Bay Packers beat them at home. Came from behind against the Philadelphia Eagles. Boom. Came from behind to beat the Washington Redskins. Boom. Because the bottom line at the end of the year, doesn't matter if you won by 20 points, 40 points, or 1 point. A win is a win. And we're beating everybody that we need to beat. Now, we got the Ratbirds next week. And, I'm going to have some fun here in a little bit. Because I'm going to be looking for Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to make a special video here in about the next hour. I'm going to be sure to tag it to Stephen A. Smith, to First Take. And I'm going to send it to First Take also for their contest. So I need to go ahead and put on a suit because it's about to be on. Whew. Jobu, Good job. And, oh, my game ball goes to my wife. See, I've learned something. For some reason, when my wife is around, the Cowboys don't do real well. In that first quarter, Dak fumbled. We were down, 13-3. She was down here watching the game with us. I didn't say anything because I don't want to say, honey, you're bad luck and get the fuck out. But she left. All of a sudden, the Cowboys started moving the ball, doing real well. And she stayed out until the third quarter. And she came down. This is after Cowboys were up by 5. She came down. Oh, I'm just going to get something to eat. Just check to see how y'all are doing. And the Steelers marched straight down the field and scored. I said, honey, I love you, but you got to get the fuck up out of here. So my game ball goes to my wife, leaving me alone for the rest of the game for the Cowboys to come back and win. True story. And one other thing. I'm kind of running on here. What's kind of funny is Joe Boo's always been great luck for me. I've done a lot of great things with Joe Boo and met a lot of great people and stuff. Tony Romo even remembered me. He's like, oh, you're the guy with the voodoo doll. And I still swear that last year when he came back and said we need to win the whole fucking thing, that he was talking about Joe Boo. Now, what's been crazy is I've said a lot of things, and the guys that have been following me all since training camp will say, you've been dead on. I got this crystal ball here. This is Joe Boo's crystal ball. Excuse me, Joe Boo. And you'll notice it's a hologram of AT&T Stadium inside of it. I absolutely love it. But what's crazy is almost everything since I've got this that I've said was going to happen has happened. I said when training camp first started, I said Dak Prescott is not only going to move up to second string, but he will play and win games for the Dallas Cowboys. I said that on the Benet Emery show. The next day, Kelvin Moore breaks his ankle. Dak Prescott moves up. I said the Dallas Cowboys defense would end up being a top 10 defense. Well, they may have dropped back a little bit today as far as yards go because they gave up a lot there. But points maybe some too, but their points should be still in the top 10. Boom. That's been right on. I said I think Tony Romo would be acceptable to being the backup quarterback because he wouldn't want to mess with the chemistry of the team. Here it is. A couple weeks later, Stephen Jones is kind of confirming that. And you look at Romo on the sidelines, you'd believe that too. I know it sounds crazy, but between Joe Boo and this crystal ball, a lot of things have been coming true, and it's almost scary. Maybe I need to figure out what the lottery numbers are. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. Thank you for subscribing to the Joe Boo Report. And if you haven't, click on the picture of Joe Boo and Sean Lee. I'm not sure which side. It's somewhere in the corners. Click on that so that way you can be part of the Joe Boo Report and we can follow along and enjoy this season. Because that good old 8-8, it's not 8-8, it's 8-1, Stephen A. 8-1. The only accident that's waiting to happen is the team that the Cowboys are facing the following week. Have a great night, friends. Keep spreading the mojo.